Boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and the hip-hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are in our neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty-ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
I couldn't wait to get home and do this video. This Cracker Jack right here, he was talking to y'all. He wasn't talking to me. You know why he wasn't talking to me? Because I shop black owned. But let me show you. My hair products, right? Black owned. You know who this is. Black owned. Rice water, rosemary water, black owned. Botanica oil, black owned. For my locks, black owned. If I wanted a dude, black owned. Okay? For my kids, black owned. Edge control, black owned. Let me come over here. Edge control, black owned. Now, if I wanted something for my body, black owned. Y'all know who she be. Black owned. Okay? We get this? Now, if I want to wash my face, black owned. Okay? If I wanted to smell good, black owned. Let me open it so y'all see. Black owned. If I wanted my house to smell good, black owned. And all of that right, black owned. Black owned. If I wanted to wipe my butt, let me turn this around, baby. And I just got a package for 2 more. Black owned. If I wanted to wash my clothes, black owned. Black owned. Vitamins, more vitamins. Black owned. Okay? Black owned. Now for my hormones and stuff. Black owned. But if I wanted to sage out my house, I can't find my other ones, but baby, black owned. Black owned. Everything in my house is black owned. I support my black peoples. He was talking to y'all. He was not talking to me. And this is what I mean. You give them an inch, they take a mile. This black owned in here. Black owned. Black owned. It's matter of fact, I got black owned books. Books. Black owned. Everything is black owned with me. I support my people. Matter of fact, forgot, girl. If I wanted my house, mop my floors, baby. Mop my floors. Black owned. What else did I forget? It's so much stuff in my house that's black owned. Black owned. He was talking to y'all. He was not talking to me. He could never talk to me. I don't go there. I don't go to none of them. Y'all, I don't get my nails done. And I do my kids' hair, my husband hair. Black owned.
I just passed by a boycott of an Asian hair store here in Houston. And immediately when I get on TikTok, I see a post of a young gentleman saying people all over the country are boycotting Asian hair stores and Asian nail salons because of what happened to Cyrus. The most liked comment said, "Why punish other businesses that had nothing to do that?" And my response to that is very simple. Because I can't look at the color of your skin to determine whether you're friend or foe. For years, y'all have looked at the color of our skin and looped us all as criminals, as has-beens. We ain't gonna never be nothing and we are tired. But when we do it to you, it's a problem. But Drea, we're not all like that. And I understand that you're not all like that. But I am not willing to walk into another store or into another business that don't have somebody that look like me to find out that you're not one of the cool ones. What do? We stop going to all of your establishments. We start supporting our own, period. I'm about to start putting together a series of Black Wall Street Zooms that is free, that is for everybody in the Black community that can come and start learning about resources in your area for you to support your own people. And I know that there's an app out there that you can go to. I'm not talking about no app. I'm talking about real conversations, real people that you can connect to in your area.
A video has been making the rounds online, and it has a lot of people talking. In the video, an Asian man responds to Black Americans who have been calling for boycotts of some Asian-owned businesses. Instead of trying to understand why people are upset, he takes a very different approach. He basically tells Black Americans to go ahead and boycott. Not only that, but he argues that Asian communities don't need Black customers. He points to electronics, products made in Asia, Asian neighborhoods, and even says Black Americans would struggle without Asian businesses. For many people watching, the issue wasn't just what he said, it was how he said it. The boycott discussion didn't appear out of nowhere. Many Black Americans have been expressing frustration over incidents they view as examples of racism, including the controversial case involving a 14-year-old Black boy who was shot by an Asian store owner. Others have pointed to long-standing tensions between some communities and concerns about how Black customers are treated in certain businesses. So when this man got online and essentially said, "Go ahead, we don't need you anyway," people immediately started reacting. Some viewers felt he was just expressing his personal opinion. Others felt he accidentally revealed a mindset that exists beneath the surface but usually isn't said out loud.
I saw a video where an Asian content creator challenges the Black community to boycott Asian businesses because without their services, apparently we'd be lost because they mass produce and counterfeit everything, but all the things he mentioned, they did not invent. I think that he fails to realize that the hype around items and making things culturally relevant, that's us. We're the blueprint. We are also the bag. The Black dollar represents $1.6 trillion in spending with our silly selves. So while it's not okay to go on social media and create a racial divide, it opens up some conversations about how we should be recycling our own dollars. If y'all want to tag some Black hair companies where the manufacturing or is not out of China, maybe it's out of India. If you guys want to tag some Latino and Black nail techs, Black owned businesses in terms of clothing where the manufacturer is not done in China, that would be great because I'm a part of a group on Facebook called Black Dollar Connect. You guys want to check that out if you're in the Indianapolis area. And it's about services and recycling the Black dollar. Maybe that's things that we need to consider. He probably is sparking a conversation that needs to be had. However, ill his intent was. So everyone have a great day and recycle those Black dollars.
This video is strictly for that man, that Asian man to be specific, that made that declaration and tried to triple double dog dare the Black community to boycott the Asian community, to boycott nail salons, beauty supply stores, Chinese food stores, any type of business that is owned by an Asian. You tried to dare us and tell us and challenge on how far we can get with boycotting y'all businesses. You must not know. You must not understand what our buying power is. If it wasn't for us, this shit would not be moving. And I wish a lot of us would understand that. Understand how far our money goes. How necessary it is for our money to move this economy here in the United States and around the world. We are that. We are that. We need to stop spending our money. I literally need to get my nails done. I was planning on getting my nails done this weekend. I needed to make an appointment. I told myself earlier this week, Kiana, make an appointment to go get your nails done. Now all this shit then popped off. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to sacrifice not getting my nails done. I'm going to have to sacrifice not getting my nails done because we need to start standing on business. We cannot continue to let these people disrespect us. It has gone on for far too long. Far too long. We have to set a precedent for what we will and will not accept. What happened with that young man that got shot. It was in South Carolina, that was killed in cold blood. That was murder. That young man was murdered over a bottle of water that he did not even steal. And that man got to walk off scot fucking free and still have his business or businesses within our communities. How dare you have your businesses set up in our communities and you just pillaging us off, picking us off. Y'all, we need to stand for something. Y'all need to stand for something. Whatever it is that you get from out of these Asian businesses, there is a black business that you can support, whether it is within your community or even if you got to start ordering stuff online for these businesses. Y'all drop in my comments what city you're in and give our people some options on. If you're in Atlanta, nail techs that can do your nails, beauty supply stores. And this is for any city. Y'all drop in these comments and start naming these black service providers that you know that we frequent when it comes to these Asian people, so that we can start giving our money to our people. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. And it's unfortunate that every Asian business is going to be impacted by this. But at this point, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I understand not all of you all are like this, or that all of you all are not a part of the problem. But unfortunately, y'all gonna all have to suffer for what your people continue to do to my people. Y'all drop in the comments and start naming nail salons, beauty supplies, all of that, restaurants. I don't know, whatever it is that you guys are getting from these Asian stores in your city, we need to create some type of database so that we can start finding alternatives to get this stuff done. And y'all, as a black community, we need to make it easier for us to use our own services. We need to make it easier. I like the convenience of being able to walk into the nail salon or being able to go on my nail salon's website and immediately get an appointment within a matter of 24 to 48 hours. Please drop some nail tech names in Atlanta that it don't take an arm and a leg for you to make an appointment to get a builder gel. That's all I need is a builder gel fill and maybe some designs every now and again. Y'all, please drop in the comments and start sharing these black businesses that we can frequent across the United States, because we need to set the fucking tone. We need to let that motherfucker know that we're not here to play.
If this is not a wake-up call to Black America, I don't know what is. He's saying the quiet part out loud, what his folks really think about Black Americans. There's a strong dislike. They're only in the community to do business. Like he stated, we got our own community. We don't even want to really be here doing business with y'all. Where you think hurry up and buy come from? Yeah, give me the money and leave the store. Just leave. Because we don't live in your communities. We have our own communities. And if they're not in those communities, they're living amongst them. So yeah, this should not only be a boycott and ban, but this should be a call for Black American mom and pop shops to come back to Black American communities. And Chinese, bro, y'all really need to knock it off, because what do y'all think y'all known to the world as? The emperors of knockoffs. Ask Louis Vuitton how they feel about the Chinese knocking off their products. Ask Gucci, all these high-end luxury brands, all these brands, how they feel about China knocking off their products. Y'all are not innovators. Y'all are imitators. You have to send a Chinese balloon, spy balloon, across America. And when it comes to the microphone, the modern mic, the advancement of acoustic technology, no Asians had nothing to do with none of that. It was a Black American man, Dr. James West. He played a major factor in the breakthrough of acoustic technology. So you had nothing to do with giving Black America a voice. But like I said, y'all known for knockoffs. Timo, DHgate, Alibaba. People buy from them because it's cheap, not because of the quality. Like, yeah, but like I really wish that Black American mom and pop shops make a comeback. Because look, he belittled Black Americans. Like, oh, You need to buy from our liquor stores. You need to buy from our, you need services from our laundry services. Like Black Americans don't own liquor stores. Like there's no Black American owned liquor store. Like there's no Black American owned cleaners. The Jeffersons, remember the Jeffersons, that show? But there's real life Black owned cleaners. There just need to be more of them. But yeah, this is how they really feel. And to the women, Black American women, you correct me if I'm wrong. If you in those nail shops, those nail salons, they treat the non-Black American women differently than how they treat Black American women. And far as this immigrant stuff, y'all need to knock it off, because if it wasn't for the Immigration Act and Nationality Act of 1964, 1965, y'all wouldn't even be over here. Because they already had an Immigration Act of 1924, which favor these immigrants, right? The only reason you're over here is because of that. So yeah, I'm landing my plane.
I am offended. I am appalled, but I'm not shocked. First, let's get this straight. You are able to build your livelihood and support your family off of the Black dollar, not the other way around, through the support of the government in Black neighborhoods. And you're talking about you're not afraid of a boycott. You're able to be successful because of the cooperation of Black people. They come in there, they get their goods, they pay their money, and they leave. You have your few bad apples, your complaints, but at the same time, you are able to be largely successful because of the Black dollar. The boycott should be the least of your concerns. Because what if they decided to not be as cooperative? What if they decide, F a boycott, we gonna go in here and tear it up and take whatever we want? Then what? And see, you're poking at a bear, because for the large part, Black Americans have been kind. They've been nice. They've been Christian. They've always tried to do the don't bother me and I won't bother you. That's always been the motto. But you all keep taking them for granted and keep taking their kindness as weakness, and keep believing that white supremacists favor you more than they do the Black man. I would caution Asian entrepreneurs to allow this man to be the spokesperson. And I'm not inciting anything. I just have forethought on how this thing could happen. The fact that there is an innocent child unalived by an Asian person wrongfully, there should be an uprising of Asians who speak out against that wrong, because largely how much you depend on the Black dollar. And see, this is why I'm also glad this is happening, because I was one of the people who said, no, Black people don't go out there and march for ICE. Now, the scales are falling off. It is being revealed that the people the Democratic Party has propped up to be Black Americans' friends don't like them or respect them that way.
I love when the Black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the Black culture and the hip-hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are in our neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do.
You hear that, Black community? The Asian people are telling us they don't want our money. They don't need our money. We need them more than they need us. So I say, let's show them. And you know what's funny to me? Like, they would bring up all of this stuff that was happening in other Asian countries, but the Asians we are mad at are the ones that are in America. So when you were talking about the food places or the laundromat or the nail salon and all of that, that's what we're going to hit. We know as Black Americans, we can't stop from purchasing things from China or Japan. We aren't mad at the people that are in their own countries. We are mad at the people that come to America and you came off the backs of our ancestors, and then you come over here and be in our communities and be racist as fuck and contribute to white supremacy. We are mad at those Asian Americans, not the ones that are in China and Japan living their life and not interacting with us. We are mad at the ones that are interacting with us in America. So you proved our point. So Black Americans, they don't need our money. They don't want our money. They got their own Chinatowns and they're in white neighborhoods. You heard it from him first.
Black people, boycott their businesses. Boycott all their businesses. We just watched two grown men run after a 14-year-old boy 130 yards and shoot him in the back. And the only way that they could possibly explain that is that he might have been slightly turned around when they shot him, while also holding a gun. Right? Right. And he shot 2 other people, so he was already trigger happy, and this wasn't his first rodeo. A large portion of the wealth in the Asian American group was also given to them by Black Americans by doing business with them. This is why primarily a large portion of their businesses is in solely Black neighborhoods. And like always, we shared our community with them. Black people, we are the only group of people in America that says do not shop with your own people. We are the only group in America that says do not put it together with your own people. And if you think that was put in place simply by Black people, then you're sadly mistaken, because that was set up by design. Even when these other groups of people are absolutely in the wrong, they shop with their people, they do business with their people, they uplift their people, they talk to their business people, and they give their people business advice for their people to do better financially. If you can share business advice, if you can partner up with, if you can spend your money with, do so. And we can criticize each other, we can uplift each other, we can give hard love to each other, but do business with your people and make it extremely clear why.
Leave Asian people alone. After this recent Cyrus and Chow case, I've started reading comments and people are talking about boycotting Asian-owned businesses. This is exactly why I feel the need I gotta produce race-related content, because if I don't, ridiculous narratives start taking hold and it just exacerbates racial tension. So far, I've been completely disgusted at some of the racist comments that I start seeing Black people make. What upsets me is that Black people should understand prejudice and discrimination and racism more than anybody else, and I'm watching you all impose the exact same things on the Asian community, and it's disgusting. A lot of Asian people have worked hard to build their family businesses and make lives for their families in America. And the fact that some of you all are entertaining the idea of boycotting some of their businesses behind a case involving one man is a completely terrible idea.
After listening to that video, the first thing that came to my mind was, this man completely missed the point. The conversation was never about whether Asian countries manufacture products. Everybody knows Asia produces electronics, cars, technology, and all kinds of goods. That wasn't the issue. The issue was people talking about where they choose to spend their money. That's what boycotts are. A boycott isn't somebody claiming they can survive without every product made in Asia. A boycott is people saying, I'm going to be more intentional about where my money goes. Those are two completely different conversations. And what really stood out to me was the level of disrespect. This wasn't someone saying, I disagree with the boycott. This wasn't someone saying, here's why I think a boycott won't work. Instead, it felt like he was mocking people. It felt like he was saying, you need us more than we need you. And whenever somebody starts talking like that, people tend to pay attention, because now the conversation stops being about business and starts becoming about attitude. One thing I always find interesting is how quickly people dismiss consumer spending power until that spending power starts moving somewhere else. Businesses compete for customers every day. Why? Because customers matter. Every business owner understands that. Every corporation understands that. That's why companies spend millions and sometimes billions of dollars trying to attract certain groups of consumers. So, when somebody acts like customers don't matter, it sounds strange. Now, does one man speak for every Asian person? Of course not. That wouldn't be fair. Just like one Black person doesn't speak for every Black person. But this man chose to put his opinion on the internet, and people are responding to the words he chose to use. And honestly, some of those comments came across as arrogant, especially when he started talking down to Black women and making unnecessary insults. That part didn't strengthen his argument. If anything, it weakened it. Because once you start insulting people instead of addressing their concerns, you've already lost part of the audience. At the end of the day, people can spend their money wherever they want. That's their right. If people support a boycott, that's their choice. If people don't support a boycott, that's their choice too. But one thing is clear. This man's response didn't calm the conversation down. It poured gasoline on the fire. Because instead of encouraging understanding, he chose to challenge people and tell them they don't matter. And whenever somebody tells a group of people they don't matter, don't be surprised when those people remember it. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. Was this man simply expressing his personal opinion, or did he reveal something bigger about how some people really think? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.